Okay, it's Monday, June 17th. I'm going to check some of my hives here. This is my second Layens, and I made a split off my first Layens. And as you can see on the left side at the entrance, there's a lot of activity outside there. I think I'm going to need to give them some more frames to give them more room. Got some new frames right here in this box, right here. And I'm going to check it out and see what I got going on in here. Hopefully they're not too mean today. They're very active. I was out here the last half an hour trimming all around. You can see it was really high. The weeds were about this high. So I did some trimming first. And now we'll take a look and see what we got in here. Take a look here and see. Some smoke. See what we got in here. Boy, there's a lot of ants in here. I mean a lot of ants. Look at that. The ants are going nuts in here. And I don't like that. Here's my divider board. And it looks like bees are packed. Look at all those bees on there. I'm going to have to be careful looking out for the queen. I'm going to shake them down in. All right. I may not use that divider board the next time. I'm going to scrape these ants off the top. I'm going to use my brush. I don't like all those ants in here. They're eating up the bees' honey. And they're laying eggs. I see the ants are. I see ants carrying little eggs everywhere. They've infested my hive. All right, let's look and see what we got in here. This frame was completely empty a couple weeks ago. They built out all that comb. Lots of bees on there. Same with this frame. It was completely empty a couple weeks ago. There's a little bit of capped honey at the top. They're really doing a lot of work. That's obviously why all them ants are in there. Still more ants on top. I'm going to keep sweeping them off. They must be in between the frames. All right. Check out this frame. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 frames. This hive will fit 14. I'm probably going to put lots of bees on there. No brood. Some capped honey at the top. See the capped honey at the top? Usually the brood is down where the opening is, or so it would be this end of the hive. So far this is all resources honey. Same thing. Lots of capped honey at the top. Need a little bit of smoke. I got a bee going nuts on me. All right, put a little smoke in there. Try to calm them down a little bit. Well, I hope those ants go away. Okay, let's see what we got here. All right. Now here is some brood, so I'm going to have to be careful and look for the queen. This is all brood down here. My queen is doing fantastic. See if I can find her. This is the first frame. It's the sixth frame. It's the first one with capped brood on it. I'm assuming all the empty ones in the center was capped brood that is already hatched. Looking for a queen. I don't want to take too long here. I have a lot to do, and I only got about an hour because I have to go to work today. I have to leave for work in like an hour and a half. I don't see her on here. It doesn't mean she's not on here. I just don't see her. Look at The next one has a lot of ants in the crack at the top. A lot. Scrape them off. They're laying their eggs in between the frames. The ants are. Lots of brood on there. Looking for a queen. Where are you, pretty lady? I'm looking really quick. She's not marked. I'm not good at picking her out, to be honest with you. But I know she's in here because I even see larvae in here. There's cat brood and in between it there's larvae. I don't know if you can see it, but basically right in here there's some larvae. The white stuff you see at the bottom of the cells is larvae. Don't see a queen. Put this one back in. All right. Now the reason why you want to put extra frames in, once they get to about 80% filled out, comb built out and filled, if you don't, this is a heavy frame with tons of brood, lots of cat brood. If you don't put room for them, they will swarm because they don't have enough room and they think they're too big for their house. So I'm definitely going to put maybe all 4 frames in. I don't see her there. These ants are nuts. And what I'm going to end up doing is, it's called checkerboarding. You put an empty frame in between a full frame, and especially since mine don't have foundation on them, it encourages them to build the comb straight in between 2 already built combs. Get these dang ants off of here. Man, that's crazy. I don't know if the bees can't get to them because they're on top. Or if they're just too busy bringing nectar and pollen in. I don't know. I see 2 hatched out queen cells right here, but they look really old. They just haven't tore them down yet. I don't see the queen on there. I don't see her yet on here. Nope, don't see her. All right. Got 2 more frames to check. Try to get as much of them ants out as possible. I noticed when I did the trimming, there's a big pile of ants' nest in the ground over there, and I don't know if they're the same ants. I kind of want to come out with insecticide and spray it, but I don't want to hurt the bees. Looking for the queen. Do not see her. See a couple drones, the males. I see a couple of them, but I don't see a queen. See more drones on this frame than any of the other frames. I don't see the queen. I'm probably looking right at her and just can't see her. Like I said, I'm horrible with trying to find the queen. All right, 1 more frame to check, and then we're going to put this all back together and add the extra frames. Check this guy out. Dang, it's coming in something. I can't believe it. It's just eggs everywhere, too. So I want to try and get as much out as possible because I don't want those eggs to hatch. Hopefully the bees will. Obviously, a lot of the ant eggs are falling down into the hive. This one has a lot of honey on it at the top. You can see that. It's the end one. they tend to do that. They put the honey on the ends. And no brood. So I'm going to put this all back together now. Let me get as many of these stinking ants out as I possibly can. These aren't too bad. They're a little bit buzzy, but they're not bombing me like I've had some bees. Because this is a swarm that was caught up in Mifflin County. I'm in Dauphin County, but the swarms that I've caught from right here, they are extremely aggressive. So I hope I can keep making hives off of. I mean, I probably should make a split off of this hive because it's extremely strong, but I don't have time right now. Boy, crazy, all them freaking bees. I mean, ants. Okay. I might only be able to fit 3 frames in here. Oh, I wanted to checkerboard them. Forgot about that. Okay, so let's start right here. We'll put this one in. It was used a little bit. It has a little bit of comb at the top, but that's it. Otherwise, it's completely empty. All right. Let's get another one. These are brand new. They just came in the mail. I think I'm only going to get, this hive is made to take 14, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, if I can get one more in, it will be 14. Let's see if I can. They're all stacked up on the side here, and I got to get them to go down in so I don't squish them. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fit the frame in there or not. We'll find out here in a minute. We got all 14 in. All right. I don't know. See what we got. Oh, got it. Okay, there's 14. All 14. That's a stacked house there. All right, let's get this. There's no room for the divider board. That's a good thing. The divider board is when you don't have all the hive completely filled out. Put the divider board in and close it off so there's not a big space for the bees that'll build wonky comb. All right. Put the cover back on. All right. Put the rock and the block on. Block and rock. All right. So now this was my Layens hive. I have I have 4 Langstroths over here. This one doesn't have anything in it. This one does. And I'm going to check it out. I'm pretty sure I'm going to put a honey super on top. It's got 2 brood boxes. Let me get the smoker. Now this hive here, this is my oldest hive. It's a wild swarm I caught from right here in the neighborhood. These used to be super aggressive, but then they died over the winter, and then within the last month they started moving back in. It's kind of puzzled me what's going on here, so I want to take a good look and see if there's a lot of activity in there. I'm definitely putting a honey super on top. But I don't know yet. Let's take a look and see. That was the outer cover. This is the inner cover. Get some smoke in here. Moth in here. Don't like that. Where did it go? On the side. There it is. I don't want no moth in my hive. Okay, let's look and see what we got. They're definitely got her all glued up. I need to run and grab my frame hanger real quick. I'll be right back. These frame hangers make the inspection so much easier because gotta watch that I don't kick the leg of the tripod, because you can just hang them on the side instead of putting them on the ground. They get dirty and it's just easier to hang them on the side. Okay. Oh, there's lots of bees on it, but there's no nectar or honey. They typically tend to start in the center and work their way out. I'll probably pull 2 of these out to make it easier, and then we'll see what's on the center. I don't know if I'm going to go down in the lower box. Lots of bees on there. No. There's definitely nectar in there. You can see it shining. Nothing's capped. Okay, now these I'm just going to look at real quick. I'm not going to lift them up, but I'm not going to hang them. Lots of bees. Lots of nectar. Okay, that's good. Lots of bees. Lots of nectar. No capped honey. These I'm just going to scoot out to see if there's any capped honey. That's all I'm going to do. No capped honey. No capped honey. No capped honey. Okay, I'm going to put this one back together. Oops. Shook the whole place. All right, put this back together. These 2 frames in. Okay, awesome. Alright, then I'm going to pop this whole box off and see what's going on down here in this. This should hopefully has brood down in it and has a queen. No sign of a queen in the top box. When they get busy enough, they'll have brood in both boxes. I'm not going to put a honey super on because I don't have this box filled out yet. So let's see what we got in here. Crack her loose. I hear a lot of noise down in there. All right, let's see what we got. Get my hanger. See what we got. Give a little bit of smoke. Let them know. Calm them down a little bit. Let them know I'm coming in. I am starting to get buzzed by the bees now. It's not bad, but they're starting to buzz me a little bit. All right. Nothing really on here. This is a little bit puzzling. A little bit confused what's going on here. Lots of bees. I don't see any capped honey. It almost looks like they're taking the pollen out. There's pollen from bottom of frames laying on the bottom. Maybe they're just cleaning this out to get ready to move in. But I don't, plenty of bees in here. Maybe I have a queen, but she's not mated yet, and she's not laying. You can see pollen in them, but it looks like they're pulling it out, not putting it in. I'm not sure what's going on here. And on the bottom, you can definitely see, yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I mean, it could be local bees just robbing it. So I really don't understand what's going on here. So I'm just going to seal it back up. Hopefully this is an actual colony, not just a bunch of robbers. It's an awful lot to just be robbers. But I'm just going to close it all back up and hopefully check it in a couple weeks, and hopefully I have some brood. I'll give them some time. If there is a new queen in here, I'll give her time to get mated and start laying eggs. I'm a little bit confused. All right, it all closed back up. Hanger off, and I don't want to smoosh all these bees over here, so let's encourage them to get off the top. Okay, put the second box on. Oh, sorry, sweetie, I accidentally crushed one of my girls. All right, you want to put it on and slide it over so you don't crush a bee, although I did anyway. Didn't notice that. I got some crushed bees in the back here. They were hanging on the bottom of the box, and when I went to slide it, they got crushed. Anyway, sorry ladies. I'm going to put the inner cover on. This is a vent here, especially on these hot days. We're coming into a heat wave. It's going to be in the 90s for the next several days. No rain. And get the bees off here. I should have shook those bees into the box. All right. Put a little bit in the outer cover. I'm going to shake them in front of the hive. They'll find their way in. All right. Try to do this more gentle this time. Rock on, ready to rock. All right, so now I got one more laying hive. This was an empty hive that died over the winter, but then in the last month or so, it looks like a swarm moved in. I'm gonna check this one out. Okay, get my tripod adjusted here. See what we got. All right. Now the last time I was in this hive, a couple weeks ago, they seemed pretty aggressive, so my smoker going. I'm gonna need that smoke. Definitely see there's lots of bee activity in there. Get the inner cover off. I'm not going to make the same mistake this time. All right, see what we have in here. All right. Give them some smoke. Do the same thing, start on the outside, put it on the hanger. All right. Well, there's not really anything on that. Not even a whole lot of bees, actually. Might not waste a whole lot of time in this top box. don't see anything at all. Definitely won't be putting a super on. There's bees in the center here. But no brood or honey. Just don't know what's going on. Nothing there. Pull this one out, get a better look. I mean, the opening is here, so if there is any activity, it's probably going to be closer to being above the entrance. Oh, there's brood there. Look at that, there's brood, cat brood. I'll look for a queen. Cat brood means I have a queen. I see some bees going around with pollen on, so they're bringing pollen in. Definitely brood here. Okay. So I definitely have a queen here. I can see there's brood on this frame. Like I said, it's directly above the entrance, so they tend to do that. The weird thing is I don't see any honey. Where are their resources? Okay. Cat brood on here. Looking for the queen. You can see the cat brood on there. It's a fairly decent pattern. It looks like the center area is all hatched already. I can see some young bees. They're smaller and a little bit fuzzier. They haven't worn their baby fuzz off. Let me check these. At least the next one. It has cat brood on also. Really trying to find a queen. That would be nice. Okay. All right. Definitely cat brood on here more than the other one. Looking for my wonderful queen. Oh, there she is. Can you see her? She is right there. There's my queen. I'm not going any further. You're doing great. Thank you, sweetheart. All right. Now, while I put this back together carefully, I have to decide whether I'm going to put a honey super on. They have brood up into the top brood box. I don't know if there's any in the bottom. Since the queen's in the top, I'm not going to take that one off, possibly lose her. So I think I'm going to put a honey super on. I have one sitting right over here. I'm going to put one on. Well, you know what? I'm not going to, because there's no honey. There's no honey in here. You don't want to give them too much empty space. This one is not even 50% filled out, so you're not supposed to put a super on or another box until they're 80% filled out, and I'm nowhere close to that. Just going to leave the hanger right there. Get everything back together. It's near the end of June, middle of June actually, June 16th. 17th, 16th was yesterday, Father's Day. But I'm going to let this go for at least a couple weeks and let the ladies do their job. And I think that's going to be it for today. Like I said, I had two supers here ready in case I needed them. And I don't think I need them. I have a swarm trap right here. I had bees going in it the other day. Oh, there went one, just went in right now. But a swarm hasn't moved in yet. I'm going to put some swarm commander, swarm lure. I'm going to put some on right now. I have some in my pocket here. I did it about a week or two ago, but certainly doesn't hurt to give them a little bit more. I'll do that real quick. This is swarm commander. Just give it a couple shots under the lid and one at the entrance. It's supposed to smell like queen pheromone and attract the bees. I also have old frames in there that already have old comb on them. That tells the bees that this is a good spot for you. And so that's going to be it. I'll be back in a couple weeks to see how everything looks.